down on the ground. He hit 1-6 in the first inning as well with a pull shot.
There's a man out there as well. This man standing on square in the deep was there for the first ball, but Afridi still thought, well, you know, these boundaries aren't big enough for me. If I half hit this is sailing out of it, and that's exactly what happened. There's big room for error. Most batsmen would now, a short ball, just try and not hit it as hard, get into a good position and roll it down to the man in the deep and be happy with a single. Not this man.
I've talked to a lot of big hitters when they keep playing the big shots in spite of fielders being there on the boundary line. Their theory is pretty simple. They say if you're looking to hit the ball out of the ground, why worry about players who are inside the ground? That's the confidence of power. He has lots of it. And I think what's happening right at the moment, he's been encouraged to play his natural game. Maybe 3 years back, 2 years back, when he used to get out playing a wild shot, it's really... Single. Shahid Afridi would get crucified because the fans and the team, the selectors felt let down. It's really unfair when you have players like Shahid Afridi getting out, playing an attacking shot, then being reprimanded for it. They're different. They need to be handled differently.
Yeah, I know, and I totally agree with Bob Woolman. He's got a natural instinct and a natural ability that needs to be set free and just run wild, as he's being able to do and encouraged to do now. I know in the Australian setup, you wouldn't spend long in the team. If you, that will be 4 runs. And that brings up 50 for Kamal and 100 runs for this partnership.
Well, you can tell what he's thinking. The way he just showed his bat towards the dressing room when he got to his 50, he's slightly embarrassed with the way he's batted today. This was a safe enough shot, just opening the face of the bat. End of the over, it's 149 for 4.
Afridi's 50. Some of the shots you'll see, you will think that he's still got the one-day clothing on, but it doesn't matter what form of the game. He's going to come out and back himself and trust his ability. Been quite inconsistent in test match cricket, but when he does get runs for them, he scores them quickly and can have a positive effect.
Punched away nicely to long off. The 150 comes up for Pakistan. Asim Kamal, now he's got his 7th test 50 and he's just got 17 test innings, so look at the conversion rate. 7 50s in 17 innings. That's excellent for me. He hasn't got 100 yet.
Just had word from the West Indian dressing room that Fidel Edwards will not take part in the day's play.
Look where the ball is.
Is that keeping your eye on the ball? He's got wedged between the peak of his helmet and the grill. Lucky it wasn't a quick bowler.
Well, they say keep your eyes glued on the ball. Here the ball was glued on the eye. Look at that, and Sarwan saw the funny side of it. Initially going there for the catch. 150 for 4.
It's very fortunate for him, you know. This has come off the glove and then wedged. That's probably saved him, because from there it would have gone straight up in the air. Wicketkeeper can come in and play, and then the two men that are catching close. So the actual fact that it's wedged in that spot has saved his wicket.
There's no doubt that he's been lucky today. Corey Collymore will continue. Kamal gets another lucky break. Chris Gale making some impression on the batsman. He nearly got Shahid Afridi out. That was a close call. Beautiful shot. Nicely controlled glide. 4 more to Pakistan.
And it shows he has the ability to really think about things, because this is fully in control. And basically just steered into the gap, out of the middle of the bat.
Sometimes you can even time these kind of shots, although mostly using the pace of the bowler. That went quickly to the rope to suggest that he met it at the right time. That's how dangerous players like Shahid Afridi are. He's quickly added 24 runs after he was dropped.
No major relevance really from the runs point of view, but the relevance is what it's doing psychologically to the captain, Chanderpaul, and you can see that the effect it's having is that the fieldsmen are being pushed back, which is allowing easy singles. So the reason why it is good that Afridi's scoring quickly is it's making a more defensive field. Therefore, batting becomes easier. And the bowlers are having to think each delivery, where am I going to put this? If I get it wrong, he's going to belt me. And so there's not a bowler able to just try all his variation and not get hurt for it. No bowler likes to go for runs. But it's the psychological approach that is just making it easier for batting, because the runs aren't the issue. I mean, to bat for 2 days is almost impossible, but at the moment Pakistan just trying to take some sort of upper hand. And I suppose if you're going to go down, if you're going to lose a test match, do it in a fighting way, do it in an aggressive fashion rather than just laying down and being out there shutting up shop. Therefore, you can maybe move on with more positives than if you're just out there trying to survive, and the fielding side is fully dictating.
Wonder what was wrong with that last ball. Corey Collymore was pretty upset. Seemed like a good enough ball. He's defended, no run came off it.
Probably a bit upset with the length more than anything. The plays and misses this morning have come about a bit more of a fuller length to Kamal. Maybe just feels that he's getting a little bit short, which was a trapping for them yesterday.
The end of the over. It's 155 for 4. 7th Test match 50 for Kamal. Played extremely well yesterday. Started off in a great fashion. After the failure in the first inning, he showed that he is the second best batsman in the team. A couple of very strong pull shots. This morning, not quite the same flow, but getting another Test 50. there are a lot of drives and glides on the offside, then the pull shots on the leg. One fielder in the deep for the left-hander, that's square leg. The rest all either in catching positions or single saving. Oh, not the greatest shot that we've seen today, but that will get him 4 anyway. Just for a moment I thought he was going for the big one.
I thought it looked pretty good. He kept it on the ground, he's used his feet. A little bit loose maybe, but it's gone straight down the ground, along the ground. And there's no major threat of the ball turning past the bat, because Chris Gale doesn't get a lot of turn.
It didn't look too bad on second look, but I think that fielder at mid-on, just getting him to perhaps saw there in that last attempt where he got 4. He's tempted to go over the top of that fielder at mid-on.
Just lacking a real spinner, aren't they, the West Indies? It'd be so ideal at the moment to have someone who could really turn the ball, given this is day 4. 160 for 4.
Bob Woolmer is quite an extensive talk here with Bazid Khan, young Bazid Khan, perhaps showing him evidence of his own batting. Looked pretty good, I thought, Bazid Khan, when he was out there, both innings. Need to get scores to feel at home at the international level. Only scores can do it for you.
How the game's changed. Look at that, 3 laptops sitting up there. Players running through their innings of yesterday. Bob Woolmer looking over intently, and the man on the far left documenting each ball.
I've seen him get out playing this shot. Very often I've seen Shahid Afridi get out playing a less attacking shot. This was less attacking, more on the defensive side.
Played one against Collymore in his last over, but it bounced a bit more and was able to play it from a nicer height. And that time it was just a dab.
Good couple of balls from Collymore.
The previous Collymore over, he got one that was more around waist height. That one isn't far from being waist height, but a little bit closer to him, and wasn't able to gain control of it. And I think the difference was the one the previous over was an instinct, whereas that one's a bit more premeditated. And so your shot selection is quite often out then. And Sanjay, I just think this is fantastic reverse psychology from Pakistan. West Indies would have expected, yes, some hitting from Afridi this morning, but a more subdued approach from Kamal. And so the game plan that they've come up with is one of, well, let's just try and give the West Indies a little scare. We don't want the bowling to dictate. And so the risks will come early in an innings, and then we can settle into more of an innings. But I think it's a clever approach rather than a more conservative approach.
I can't see Shahid Afridi just continuing to play like this. There is a defensive field, there is an easy opportunity every time to pick up a single. I can't see him carrying on playing in this fashion for too long. He has to have that one big shot every 15-20 minutes in an innings. It's too much of a habit with him. Almost second nature, almost an instinct. 3 slips and a gully, with the third slip in a very unusual position. In fact, he's got in between the second and gully, and he's a couple of yards in front. And that is just to put some doubt in the batsman's mind when they're playing the glide shot. First official warning for Corey Collymore.
They've been quick to jump on any bowler who's getting in that danger area right through the test match. Good illustration. The red strip is the danger zone, and Collymore right in the middle of it. Area called the protected area. And Dave Shepherd wants to keep it his own. He wants to protect it. 161 for 4.
Three overs left in the day, plus another 90 overs tomorrow. You can see what an uphill task this is for Pakistan. People have turned up, expecting a West Indies win today. Very much on the cards.
Well, they're hoping and praying, Sanjay. They're hoping and praying. Back when we got back to the hotel last night, the bar staff and all the staff at the hotel were, "What do you think? They're going to win tomorrow? They're going to win tomorrow?" I said, "Surely they're going to win tomorrow. Look at the game situation." And they just held up their fingers crossed. We've seen them lose games that they should have been winning of recent times. So they've almost regained a little faith that this win to the West Indies, if they can nail it, will hopefully bring the crowds back a little bit.
He's bowled pretty well, Chris Gayle. Fidel Edwards not in the attack at the moment. Shiv Narayan Chanderpaul will make Chris Gayle his 4th genuine bowler in the team. He responded pretty well. It's come off the glove. Asim Kamal has started walking, and Chris Gayle has struck, not for the first time, but he's got a wicket for the first time this morning.
Well, we've seen a number of rash shots from Kamal this morning, and this also was because of it's now day 4. A little bit of variable bounce here in the pitch at Kensington Oval. But I would say a judgment error from Kamal, getting too close in a bad position. The ball bounced a little bit more and then just puffed off the glove. The breakthrough that the West Indies were after. That'll keep them going in this first session. Kamal contributing with 55. It's 162 for 5.
Razzaq is the new man in for Pakistan. been highlighting the rough on this pitch. It has claimed its first victim here. Coming off the glove, looking to play a glide shot. See the ball pitching in the rough, and a couple of extra inches, that's all that matters. Devon Smith dropped one earlier, takes another one.
I think he would have been sent off if he dropped that one.
Tell you what, the part-time spinners have bowled pretty well in this test match.
Misjudgment here from Kamal. You notice how it has come off the gloves, but his bat was playing at a lot wider arc. He expected the ball to maybe turn. He didn't expect it to come on straight and bounce as it did. But it was always going to be a tight line, too close to the body to play that stroke. Chris Gale, 8 wickets against South Africa. And not the worst off spinner. He probably would prefer to get a bit more purchase. It's 164 for 5.
Yep. It is drying up. There is some soil being displaced from the surface. Chris Gale, who's bowled, I think, wonderfully well today, gets some reward. Beautiful shot of the ball hitting the top part of the glove, if there was any doubt. So the first wicket has fallen. West Indies need another 5 wickets. They've got plenty of time on hand and lots of runs. Corey Collymore will continue. Shahid Afridi being allowed to take singles. How long will he continue doing that for Pakistan, one wonders. In the commentary box, it's going to be Jeffrey Dujon and Tony Cozier.
Thank you, Sanjay, and good day to viewers wherever you are. Strange morning this so far. Dolly of a catch dropped off the first ball that Shahid Afridi faced from Chris Gale. Would have sent him back to the pavilion. Devon Smith contrived somehow to put it down. A lot of shots being played. Massive 6. Pakistan just out there throwing caution to the wind. They know they have a huge target, and they've come out there with an aggressive intent. And there's been no real aggression from the West Indies. Razzaq now to face his first delivery from Kamal. Pakistan may well recall the effort of Razzaq and Kamran Akmal, the keeper, in drawing the test match in Mohali against India, the first test of the recent series between the two. Tremendous performance between the two low order batsmen. Pakistan were heading for defeat, but on the last day they held on. 100 from Kamran Akmal, 80 odd from Razzaq, and they saved the match. Much longer for them to bat here. Really good delivery.
And that's where he needs to keep pitching the ball. Just back of a length, and just let the pitch do the rest.
Not many balls have genuinely beaten the bat today, but that was a beauty. Cricket for a few years here at Kensington. I can't remember a shot going quite as far over that scoreboard as we saw the shot from Afridi today off the bowling of Collymore. It was a mighty hit. Single to Razzaq gets him going. Let's have a look at this this 6. Massive. You played quite a lot here too, Jeffrey.
Went in front of square, suggesting that he hit it in the middle of the bat.
Over the scoreboard. I haven't seen that. I remember Rowan Canai hooking Wes Hall onto the scoreboard in a regional match here for Guyana against Barbados. That is a huge hit. One of the best innings I've seen. Canai 108 back in 1960s. I think it was 63, somewhere around there, with Wes Hall and Charlie Griffith really cranking it up. Canai was bowled playing a big shot by Griffith without scoring, but it was a no ball, and that seemed just to click him. And he just played magnificently against those two great fast bowlers. It really was the kind of regional cricket we used to have in the Caribbean, with great players around playing and representing their territories. Good shot. That's what the crowd likes to see. Not the shot you would want to see for a team which has 573 to win, but typical of Afridi. he likes it. He's a character, really.
It's a really positive approach. Afridi. That one, he was looking way outside the ground for that one. Swung so hard that his helmet shifted on his head. There it goes. And then rehearsed it as if, you know, drat, I just missed. That was the end of the over. 166 for 5. It's Chris Gale to continue.
He really is one of the most entertaining cricketers in world cricket. Plays all of his cricket the same way. You would think he'll play club cricket the same way, one-day cricket, test cricket. Doesn't matter to this fellow.
And he doesn't half swing at it when he's ready to go. But taking a very positive approach, the Pakistanis. They've played a few shots this morning. They're certainly not locking up shop.
Dropped. Well, when you say dropped, keeper went as he should have, but it was a very thick edge. And certainly not an easy catch for the keeper, or the slip to take. They would have been going different directions. Thick edge between the keeper and first slip, and Razzaq gets away with it.
It's a bit too thick for Courtney Brown to take. And slip, obviously seeing the batsman setting up the cut, would start to move a bit to his right. So slip again wrong-footed.
Yeah, too thick for Brown, too fine for Smith. And the ball finding the gap. Yep. Banged away and will go, and does. So very positive stuff here from the Pakistanis, entertaining from them. Here's that edge. Brown goes in line with the ball, and it just passes him. Went very quickly past him, and too wide of the slip to get to it. A morning of shots, 174 for 5.
And because no real pressure is being put on Afridi, he could see this as an opportunity to get a quick 100. There are a lot of gaps out there. He's having no problem scoring, and it's, if he selects his shots right, there's a free 100 out here for him.
Pakistan have added 61 in 12 overs this morning. They've lost a wicket. Should have lost another one very early on when Afridi was dropped off a dolly at long off by Smith off Gale. Gale's first delivery to Afridi. And the runs are just flowing. And the West Indies just seemingly taking it for granted that they're going to win this match. They don't seem to be putting any effort into winning it, into finishing it off quickly.
They give the impression that they're waiting for something to happen, waiting for one of the batsmen to do something rash. It was a good delivery from Corey Collymore. Seemed to just hit the wicket and straighten slightly. He needs to pitch the ball more in that area.
High into the air, and that's gone away and will just drop inside, has it? It's carried. It's carried. Shahid Afridi. He's gone on now to 78.
And this is not an easy shot to play. He's basically got 1 foot on the ground and has managed to hit the ball straight down the ground for 6. Perfect timing.
Back overhead this time, and it's gone for 4. If he bats for 3 hours, Pakistan could get these 573. He's just belting it.
This is a more orthodox shot. Just hitting straight down the ground, hitting through the line of the ball. But that was not an easy shot to play. To hit a fast bowler for 6 over long on with 1 foot on the ground.
No appeal from the bowler.
May have got a nick on that as well.
There was no interest from Collymore in the appeal. Very vociferous from behind the wicket. Shahid Afridi has got 2 Test hundreds. Hasn't played all that many tests. A lot of one-day internationals, of course. He's gone to 83 here. One of those Test hundreds was against the West Indies in Sharjah in 2002, when he gave 3 chances. A simple catch, one remembers, to Carl Hooper, one of the best slip fielders in the game before he got into double figures. He just kept on belting it. That's the thing with him. If you don't catch him, the West Indies should have caught him this morning. You give him 3 innings, he's going to make 100. There's a shot that we record for posterity. Good looking defensive shot. We haven't seen many of those this morning. 187 for 5.
Razzaq. He's been very reserved this morning, and he's providing a good foil for Afridi, keeping things quiet at one end, not taking any chances, trying to give Afridi as much of the strike as possible.
Let's see what Shahid Afridi has in mind next. Everyone on the leg side is on the boundary. Mistimed.
This one a little too full to get under, and the face of the bat just closing on it at the last minute.
Razzaq, a very fine player, can play in any sort of mould you require. And it looks as if the mould that's required this morning is defensive. He's got Afridi at the other end, going as Afridi always goes. And it's showing won't make it all the way. They'll pick up a second.
Razzaq content to defend anything on his stumps, but of course give him some width.
West Indies are without their first innings strike bowler. Phelan Edwards, who picked up a wicket in his first over in the second as well, is out. Won't be bowling in this innings. He's got a strained hamstring, so that's a setback for the West Indies. End of the over. So they've gone with Gale and Kamal so far, 192 for 5.
Scorecard, Afridi on 84, just off 64 balls. It's provided a lot of entertainment this morning. And will continue to do so, I'm sure.
Yeah, real entertainment from Afridi. Not for the West Indies though. He just seems to have had them rattled. They just seem to not know what best to do against him. He's picked up singles as he wants. He's hit a couple of massive sixes. Here's Kamal to him now. And there he goes again. Just gets the one this time. Now, Jeffrey, if you're a captain, what do you do with Afridi? Play him normally in the orthodox fashion, or play him as the West Indies are playing him, expecting him to bash the ball all over the place?
Well, he's going to play his shots. What I would do is every now and then bowl him short and put a man in one of those houses just behind square. you'd have obviously you'd have a man on the deep back square, backward square boundary, maybe one at deep mid wicket, and every now and then just try him with a short ball. Yeah, somewhere just around where that house is.
And then give him a $10 bill to pay the taxi fare back.
To pay, yes, clearly. But I think they're going to mix him up. They mix it up. They can still test him with a short ball. Hope he miscues one.
No fine leg now, and he just tucked that off the hip, no problem at all, and they'll come back for 3. Strange goings on here from the West Indies. They've got a match, a stranglehold on the match, and it doesn't look it.
Not much animation in the field. West Indians really looking a bit flat, as if they're just hanging around waiting for something to happen. And so far Shahid Afridi has been making things happen.
There's the captain who's been responsible in large measure. He, Lara and Edwards primarily for the West Indies position. Come on, Shiv, you've got a test match to win here. And your team doesn't look as if it realizes it. Test match to win easily. Kamal just hasn't found the kind of line, the kind of rhythm he had in the first innings when he really bowled well. Just his hard on himself this morning. He's been frustrated. He's kicked the turf every now and again. He just hasn't found the right line consistently enough.
Possibly trying too hard and not being patient enough. If you're not a tear-away fast bowler, you don't have that weapon, then you've got to be patient. You've got to hold that length and line and just wait. Keep the ball in the channel. 196 for 5. West Indian bowling has been pretty erratic this morning, unlike what they did in the first innings, where they bowled right in that channel, kept the ball up to the bat, let it do something in the air, and waited.
Razzaq and Shahid Afridi, two different type of players, certainly in this situation. So there's no question that Shahid Afridi has just shaken the West Indies. Even when he came in yesterday before he faced a ball, they had fielders spread in all directions. I think they gave the message, hey, we're afraid of you, Afridi.
It's as if the West Indies, having not won a match in such a long time, just don't know how to finish this game off.
Maiden over, 196 for 5.
One would hope that some form of plan would have been communicated between the two gentlemen we saw previously and this man. But to this time it isn't quite apparent.
Now will continue. Afridi in strike. He'll take an easy single mid on his back. Comfortable runs here for Afridi. And the West Indies team, which has the opposition 197 for 5, needing 573, are looking as if they're the team on the defensive. David Moore, the assistant coach, on the left, and Bennett King on the right. A lot of aggression shown by the West Indies over the first 3 days. Ruthlessness as well as they continue their innings and set this very big target. But coming out today, really with a very strong position, that aggression just seems to have dissipated. Catch which was missed on the long off boundary, that seemed to have just depressed them a bit. Afridi then took them on, and he's the one who has made the running this morning. He's the one who has dictated the terms. We haven't seen Darren Powell yet, just the same two bowlers used. Bit of confusion here. Could have been in chest. Devon Smith was the guilty fielder on the long off boundary. Really a simple catch. Went at it in the wrong way and lost it straight in. First ball from Chris Gale to Afridi. First ball of the second over of the day.
strong offside field is being set, but far too many runs being scored on the onside. Just the 2 men on the onside, one for the square and the mid on, no fine leg. Very strong offside field. The line just a bit too straight. Again, played into the onside. More bowling too much on the stumps, making it easy for the ball to be worked into the onside. Possibly getting a bit too wide on the crease, but he's got 3 slips, a gully. He needs to be outside off stump. That's a little bit better.
And of course he's going to get a little variable bounce there. That was a little low. End of the over. 197 for 5.
And we see this ball touching down and just keeping a bit low. This is the kind of variable bounce we were talking about this morning. Kind of bounce that causes inside edges and bottom edges. Makes it difficult for the batsman to play when the ball is pitched in that area. And that's the area that West Indian bowlers need to be focusing on, just outside off stump.
Gale now to Afridi with 4 men, 5 men on the boundary, right on the boundary, deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, long off, long on, and a square cover. And the only fielder who is really close to the bat is a slip. Point backward is deepish, short third man deepish, extra cover deepish. And driven away down through extra cover, and it's gone away. Very good effort down there by Wavell Hines, but he couldn't stop it. Another boundary for Afridi. West Indies just don't know how to stop him. In fact, it's not Wavell Hines, it's Rian King who made a good, valiant diving effort to cut it off.
And this was struck very hard and timed very well.
And so was that. He's moved on to 91 now, Afridi.
Good attempt there from Rian King, but couldn't stop it from going into the boundary.
Swung away.
That's the first sign of aggression we've seen from Abdul Razzaq. Ball stayed in the air for a while, decided that it was time to get things going inside half of the bat.
In the air, high up in the air and gone. Another big 6 for Afridi. Moves to 97. 209 now for 5, Pakistan. Afridi on fire.
And he's not going to back off. On 91, launches this one over Wahid mid-wicket for 6. Wasn't any doubt from it left the bat.
Rolling back down off the roof. Necks craned once more to see the ball disappear. 97 off 74 deliveries, his 4th 6 for Shahid Afridi. And he's just showing up the West Indies here. Drinks break should be shortly. And it would be a time for the West Indies just to regroup, to rethink what their tactics will be against Afridi especially. He's been the one who's taken them apart this morning. Up, up and away again. Now a change in bowling. Darren Powell it will be to Abdul Razzaq.
Starts off on a good line. There was an argument, Tony, for bowling Chris Gayle this morning when the left-hander was batting because of that area of rough outside his off stump. But at this point in time, he's had very little, up to this point, he's had very little effect on the right-handers.
There's again no fine leg. There's a strong offside field, and Powell goes down the leg side with his second delivery. I think the field setting here should be a clue to the bowler as to where the captain expects him to bowl. Edwards just 2 balls in his second over, and he had to go off, and he's off for the rest of the innings, perhaps even for the next test match. He's got a strained hamstring. Powell just had the 4 overs and 2 balls yesterday, so he should be fresh.
That's where he needs to pitch it more consistently. That's what the offside field is set for. That's why there's no fine leg. Touches down and just doesn't bounce.
For 5, and Shahid Afridi, who is 97, and given his personality, his character, which has shone throughout his career, you can be sure that what is going through his mind now is not so much his 3rd Test 100, but getting it with a 6. Then again, maybe not.
Bats in an orthodox fashion, capable of batting in an orthodox fashion. But I think his first thought is always aggression.
Got to be careful.
We'll have a drink, gentlemen.
Dwayne Smith is the fielder at backward point. Drinks have been called onto the field. Shahid Afridi is 97, 13 to Abdul Razzaq. The West Indies have only got 1 wicket for the morning. Pakistan, 210 for 5, have played all the shots.
Pakistan 210 for 5. What an exhibition we are seeing from Shahid Afridi. 97 from 76 balls. Pakistan have lost 1 wicket today. Kamal was caught by Smith of Gale for 55. This was the drop catch, a sitter missed by Devon Smith at long off. Not only did he drop it, but the ball ran away, hit the skirting, and it was a boundary. Had plenty of time really to see it, gather his thoughts. Didn't gather it properly in the end. And then it was Kamal who was dismissed. Wrong length to play that shot. Ball hitting his gloves and lobbing in the air for Smith to take an easy catch. Bounced a little bit extra. The only loss for Pakistan this morning. Afridi on 97, and what a knock it has been. Some belligerent hitting, 8 4s and 4 6s. Appealing, Chris Gale. I don't know, appealing for what?
And appealing very loudly. Just gone on to miss leg stump. Pitching on middle leg and in fact comfortably down the leg side. A very loud appeal.
That's a big blow. That's a mighty strike. It's a 6.
Afridi has hit a few big shots, but I think none of them has really come from the middle of the bat. This one did, and it's Abdul Razzaq. Look at that, you can see it just hit the sweet part of the bat, and every ball that's been hit, it's landing on the roofs.
Pick a run, challenge on the ball. This partnership now worth 55, and what a blow. Using the long handle to clear the field quite easily. We'll get a run on 98 now.
Another look at that 6. Abdul Razzaq, as we said in the first innings, has 2 gears. One where he defends everything, the other when he hits everything out of the ground. That was the overdrive that we saw.
Good call from Afridi. It's 218 for 5.
It was a good call because he's batting on 98. He wants to keep the strike. In normal circumstances, I think he would have gone for that run. But he's not one batsman who will wait patiently to get to his 100. He'll want it as quickly as possible.
Scored in just 43 overs. Run rate of over 5. 4 6s, 8 4s for Afridi. Down the track, make it another one. What a way to get your 100. Sailed over for Afridi. His 5th 6, his 3rd 100.
These guys are incredible. The Sehwags, the Afridis of the game. They love to get to the 100s with 6s. And this was perhaps the most sort of aggressive shot that is played in the innings. charge the fast bowler. We haven't yet got an official confirmation of this 6. It's landed on the rope. And by the new regulation that came in about, I think, a good 3-4 years now, that will go down as a 6 if it's confirmed that that ball landed on the skirting, the rope.
He's given it a 4. We thought it had hit the skirting directly, but Afridi will take it. Another booming drive. Shivnarayan Chanderpaul, who hurls the ball back, thinking of getting a run out.
Charging the fast bowler, hitting through the line. 100 of 78 balls. Still some doubt about that, whether it was a 6 or a 4.
Afridi, third test match 100, second fastest by a Pakistani, 9th fastest in the world.
And quite a slow 100 if you apply the Afridi standards to it. He's got 100 in one-day internationals of 37 balls, which is a world record.
Bit of bat on that one.
The bat saved him. This was pretty straight. Just hitting him on leg stump, so that also may have been a doubt. Seemed like he got a bit of inside edge. This will confirm it. Be a feather touch, but I think Shepherd wouldn't give those, even if that ball would not have hit the bat.
He looks very secured when the ball is just a little shorter in length. But when it is pitched up, he seems to be in a bit of bother, especially when he's looking to defend. When he's attacking, then his footwork becomes that much more pronounced. But we know that he can stick around. He's got that temperament to change his game. .223 for 5.
Shahid Afridi getting one of the quicker hundreds in world cricket. The second quickest by a Pakistani. Enormous hits. Really takes it to the opposition. Pakistan playing here to save the game.
Great entertainer, great performer. .223 for 5. Pretty even Stevens, offside and leg side plays. 60% on the offside and 40% on the on. Big hits have come through the onside. That's gone in the air. That's cleared the man mid-wicket boundary. It's another big one. It's gone. It's been signaled a 6.
I think once again it's gone on the roof.
Another big heave. Another 6. Unbelievable. He didn't like it. It got the edge of the bat. Few more words for comfort for Chris Gale. He's been manhandled by Afridi.
Oh, that could have been called a wide. But he's not going to let go of this great chance. There's an off-spinner bowling, short side boundaries. He's crossed his 100. This is a dream situation for him. If only his team was in a better position.
First of the two, clearing the boundary quite easily. Going into the Kensington stand. Two consecutive sixes for Afridi. Two 36 for 5. The second six went in the same direction. Clean as a whistle.
And both were pretty good balls. The second one that he hit for a 6 was flatter, more outside the off stump to prevent him from going on the leg side. Still somehow managed it.
Strike rate 138.1, 116 from 84 balls. Pick up a run. Looking very dangerous. Seems to have settled in quite nicely after getting his 100. This session has clearly belonged to Afridi. Run rate of 5.5, 124 runs in just 86 minutes.
Good call from Afridi. Darren Pal very quickly on his follow through had gone in the direction of the shot. On a good day, Abdul Razzaq can actually match Shahid Afridi shot for shot. It's just a matter of, I think, Razzaq finds it difficult to change his approach to every ball. It's either I'm going to play an attacking innings or it's going to be a defensive innings.
Looks very awkward when he's trying to play a defensive shot, but he looks a $1 million player when he's looking to attack. Everything changes.
Just imagine, Ramiz, if he decides to go after the bowling, just look to hit big shots. There cannot be a better entertainment out there for the fans. Shahid Afridi hitting the ball, Razzaq also going after the bowlers.
Pakistan going at 5.6 since this morning, and even though Razzaq has been quiet, 20 of 45, still the run rate way over 5. Afridi has been a major influence. 117 of 85 balls, 9 4, 6 sixes. And this is test match cricket.
I'm sure they know it's a 5-day test match. They could be just looking at it as a 4-day match, and 336 runs needed to win in the day. All that Chandapal can do is give short spells to his bowlers. He's got 4 of them, including Chris Gale.
.237 for 5, 46 overs bowled.
Good partnership, 75 of 80 balls after Pakistan lost Asim Kamal this morning. Kevin Smith was the man who dropped Shahid Afridi when Afridi was on 35. He's added another 82 runs in the same session.
That is how he plays. He'll give you chances. If you don't accept, then he'll murder you. Mini conference between the bowler and two senior players, captain and Brian Lara, in conversation with King. They want to get it absolutely right now. They know that Afridi is going to hit the ball, and they're expecting the ball to land somewhere within the ground, but so far every time he's looked to hit that big shot, it's gone over the boundary.
What do you plan as captain against Shahid Afridi? What do you tell your bowler? What kind of a field you set? I think here West Indies can just keep giving him singles, because that will frustrate him more, and have fielders in the deep where he normally hits the ball. Now a long on is in place, which is a good move. He likes to hit the ball straight, especially a fast bowler. There's somebody for the pull shot as well, which is a good idea. The thing you can tell your bowler is bowl a ball with which you normally take wickets, and let's hope for the best. But there's only so much that you can plan or have as a strategy with Shahid Afridi. Now we have a situation where a mid-on and long on are right behind each other. That mid-on fielder is being moved. It's gone to short mid-wicket.
Once not middling the ball inside edge. Looking to pick up a run, trying to play it square through the offside inside edge, and ball hitting his pad. That's clever batting. He had earlier that little meeting with his partner, had told him that mid-off is my call, and he's deep, so I'll push for one and you be ready to come to the other end. So he's thinking for once.
As a captain, I wouldn't mind it, giving him singles, because you can see it when he gets a single. He's not a happy man. What gives him pleasure and satisfaction is when he hit the big shots. Even if the singles are being taken by Afridi, it's still sort of frustrating him in a way.
It's a no ball. This has been a very, very successful year for Shahid Afridi. He had a great tour of India, batted well in the test matches, and was awesome in the one-days. And he's carrying that good form here also. Man of the series in the one-day series. And then 100 here.
And also, Ramil, don't forget before that in Australia, I think played an important role for Pakistan there in tough conditions.
I think one area where he's improved is obviously he's thinking like a batsman, and the other is that he's looking to play straighter. Normally you'd be eyeing the mid-wicket or the cover boundaries, but now if you look at his batting chart, he's looking to play those straight drives quite consistently.
That's a good point you make. I think that's one significant change we've seen in Shahid Afridi. He's kept his attacking instincts. So often in the past we would see him get out to a fast bowler, straight delivery, where he's looking to hit him over mid-wicket, complete cross-patch shot which looked ugly when he got out. But now he's looking to hit the fast bowler. Even when he got that 100, he charged the fast bowler and looked to hit him straight. This is test matches in 2005 for Afridi. 4 matches, not too many. A good average.
We got plenty of runs in the one days and in test matches also. I'd like to know the strike rate, the rate at which he got those runs would be phenomenal. Around 100, that strike rate should be in test matches and way beyond 100 in the one days. .239 for 5.
This is Shahid Afridi's test career. It's 18 matches, an average of 36. It's only this season, you can say, Ramiz, where Pakistan is starting to find the value of Shahid Afridi in test matches. Also, his bowling has got a lot to do with it.
Weather has been nice. There's a little breeze blowing across the ground. Very comfortable under the shade.
I would imagine that frustrates him. A single of the first ball. I don't think he likes it. There's something that the opposition captain should look to do. Just keep him off strike. Don't give him the big shots. And hope for the best when he goes for it.
Well, next part of his innings should be for the team. He's done enough for himself. He's got 100. So if it means changing his gears a little, he should do it. It'll be sensible. We're approaching lunch, another half an hour or so. And he'll be an irritant for the West Indies. I think this is where he's so critical for Pakistan. The runs will keep on coming. It'll put West Indies on the back foot, get them on the back foot. He's been doing that regularly in this series, on this tour. So there are a lot of advantages for Pakistan if Shahid Afridi delays his departure. 127 runs scored in this session, and we're still half an hour away from it, finishing this session. Been a little bit of variation in the bounce, but it's been manageable because medium pacers are operating for West Indies. It would have been different had Fidel Edwards been bowling at around 90-92 miles an hour. Would have been a lot tougher for the batsman.
Field spreads out.
It's a full toss and he misses it. I think he got an edge as well. It's not the first time we've seen a batsman to miss a high full toss.
See there, he wants to hit the big one. It's been a while. But he may have been surprised with the length of the ball. Turned out to be a full toss. He wasn't expecting. Got a feather touch to it.
Very good shot for a single. It's 242 for 5. Pakistan fighting back through Afridi. 119 from just 90 balls. He's hit the ball all round the park. It's been very difficult to set a field, a test match field for him. Maybe they'd be better off just setting a one-day kind of a field for Afridi in test matches. Rion King will continue. Change in commentators: Michael Slater and Tony Cozier.
Thanks very much, Ramiz. Afridi, he's great for Test cricket. He's great for cricket, full stop. Just his approach. And we turned up to day 4 thinking Pakistan had no hope and that it was going to be a total one-side affair. And it is a one-sided affair when you look at the scorecards. But Afridi is giving so much excitement to the viewers here at the ground, and I'm sure in your living rooms at home. He's a pretty special player.
And he's now begun to play in an orthodox fashion. Nice little push down the ground for 1. West Indies aren't quite sure if to bring in the mid-off or send him back or send him up in the stands. He's really taken them by surprise here. He shocked them. They missed him. Easy catch off the first ball of the second over of the day, and he's made them pay for it. But he really has shaken up the West Indies. The confidence has ebbed from them with every passing over, with every 6 he's hit, with every 4 he's hit.
He certainly shocked them, Tony. I agree with that, but they shocked themselves, because the difference between a quick victory, comprehensive victory, is all about taking your opportunities. This was a job catch, was straight up this morning. Afridi was 35 runs, and so he's now 120 off 92 deliveries, and that's from a batting perspective. That is certainly making the opposition pay.